Twitch and Kick. We were doing a talk on business. We just woke up and started talking about business, and so I was like, why don't we just live stream this? We're at my boy's cottage, Sean and Ryan. Hello. Ryan just caught a fish, and yeah, we're just talking, so I thought I'd organically place this camera down and kind of go from there. I'm going to do a quick check on Twitch to make sure our audio is good and everything looks good. How are we sounding? Check one tone. Check one tone. Beauty. Look at you, bro.
Oh my God. I'm gorgeous.
That's awesome. That's a great view.
That's awesome. That's a great view. Is he going to be doing that the whole time?
No.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's going to be so hard to fucking focus. Cool. I guess I just start?
Yeah, run it, bro.
Okay. What's up, YouTube world, Twitch world? I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing. YouTube personality things, like and subscribe. They call me Sean, Big Sean, Shawnee P. Most of my friends just call me Sean the Bomb. My name's Sean.
So Sean had a business plan.
Somewhat.
Yeah, that he's kind of been working on, so it's completely new. He's been working on it for how long?
I worked on this for about a week.
About a week?
To be honest.
Yeah. And so, like, he might take it on, he might not take it on. We don't really know, but it's just an idea in development. And, yeah, we're just kind of talking about it and just, seeing where it goes.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not that, like, in development. Like, I was honestly just bored. I had, like, a week where I didn't really have much going on. And so I just kind of, like, had this idea and was like, oh, this could be fun. And the more I started to get into it, the more I got into it and just kept advancing it. And now I actually forgot how much I did until I opened my folder this morning just to talk to my brother Ryan and Poya here. And I was like, oh shit, well, Poya said, let's talk about this. I'm like, okay. Instead of just showing them, we're showing you. Just a little background for me, like, I am not a business guy at all. I am not a techie guy. I'm actually an army guy. I do my regular 9 to 5 and that's it. So I actually always find, like, business stuff very, like, intimidating, and I don't know. I've just been using ChatGPT a shit ton lately.
Makes sense.
Am I allowed to swear? Does it matter?
No, doesn't matter.
So yeah, I've just been using ChatGPT a bunch, and to be honest, I never actually used it before. I know you've been talking about it for like over a year or 2 years now, but I just finally pulled trigger on getting a ChatGPT subscription, and it's incredible. It's not just helped me with this development, but with a lot of other things in my life. Yeah, just going to talk about. So basically, I was telling them about this, like, board game idea that I had. And I'm not even a big board game guy, actually. That's my little brother who's really into that stuff.
Who's fishing in his underwear?
Yeah. Perfect for the live stream. Do we have him in the back there?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. Anyways, I just had this idea. The basic concept of, like, this board game idea was like, so basically there's like 3 or 4 players, and you're kind of going through, like, these windy corridors on a map. It's like typical RNG, like roll the dice to move. You pick up cards that, like, buff you, the player, and some that buff, like, the dread, which is the enemy. And it's basically like collect all the shit you need and get to the end of the gate and don't die. And if at least one player gets to the end of the gate with all the relics, then you're good. But the game progressively gets harder, and, like, the dread constantly gets, like, buffs, some that are permanent, and But honestly, this whole development came with the help of ChatGPT, which has honestly been. It feels like I have a team of developers behind me, because one of the things that I started talking to ChatGPT about was, like, I have no effing clue how distribution works. Like, I basically got it to explain to me what a distribution plan is, or what it could look like. Like, what are different plans? Like, do I use Amazon? Do I go through a 3PL, which is a third-party logistics company, which I only learned from ChatGPT. It makes me sound really smart, though, when I'm, like, using all these apps and stuff. But yeah, honestly, I didn't know shit about shit. And even marketing strategies, like how do you even sell something like a board game? Like how do you even get into stores? Like, do you go to the store manager? Do you look at the company and then talk to like the CEO? Like I have no fucking clue. But ChatGPT knows, and so they basically created me like. So I have like a little file. I'm just gonna show very quickly.
Sounds good.
Some of the stuff. I'm not gonna go breaking down anything. I don't know if you can see some of the things I got here, but basically I got it to design me like card ideas. So part of the game has like blessings. Oh shit! I'm getting a call. Is it one of my viewers? Are we doing it?
You've made it, bro.
Oh, okay. Anyways. They want to sponsor the game.
They're sold.
Hasbro's buying it. Anyways, so yeah, I had to come up with like ideas for like the cards. So the cards I have like blessings, curses, and then like monster enhancements. So I have like all those ideas from ChatGPT. I just put them in a file, cards. And then when I had a conversation with it about like my distribution plan, or like the 5 different types of distribution plans you can go depending on like the level, I just got it to, give me those 5 ideas, and I'm like, okay, what? I think these 2 work for me, and literally this is me like walking down the sidewalk with an earbud in and talking to ChatGPT, and I'm like, okay, I think option 2 and 3 work really well for me. Why don't I let's go further into that, explain me more how that works. And then it's like, it just keeps going. And so I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. And then it's like, do you want to make a PDF? And I'm like, fuck yeah. And then put it into my distribution plan. I have the game rules, which was honestly the most fun part of this, where you're just kind of like designing the game. And again, I didn't do this as like a business venture. I kind of did it as like, this was just like a fun idea I had. So I really just had fun. I was like bored. It was like a day off, and I was just kind of going through all the rules and being like, oh, you know what, add this. And it would suggest me some things. It's like, okay, let's add this, but let's take out that. And eventually a PDF of all the rules, how to start, the little background story, everything. Again, I'm not going to go like super into depth and like take you through all this stuff, but this is basically how I've kind of broken it up. I have the marketing strategy, which consists of a few things like Kickstart, sending copies to like YouTube influencers who like do board games and stuff. They have like these demo, what do you call it? Like playthroughs, like these live stream demo playthroughs that people do with board games. Apparently that's a thing. So you can give them those or go there yourself and play it. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. And then, yeah. So I also I made like a cost calculator. So basically just using Excel. It is nothing fancy at all. And I just went on to like different board game manufacturing sites. Again, like having zero experience for like any of this stuff. And it's like, okay, well, how much does a dice cost? And I put that into my calculator. And how much does the board game itself cost? It's maybe between $8 to $15. Which is a lot more than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I thought for a piece of cardboard with printing on it would be, but it's high quality cardboard. So,
how much does it cost to print like a whole card, just cards?
The cards itself, they come in decks. I think it depends on the distributor. Like they have one of them, I think it's called the Game Crafter. It has like, you kind of like take components and then you say, add this to my game. And I think it sells at 20 or something. And I can't remember exactly. I think for the whole, I needed like 60 cards for my game.
Right.
And it cost like $9, which is a shit ton. But they're like...
For 50 cards?
For 60.
60 cards,
Yeah, like
$9.
Yeah.
But that's like fully printed with images, right?
Yeah,
With
and
everything.
it's like the wax coating. Like they're nice. They're
Right,
nice
right, right.
cards. You know, it's not like
Right. And that would probably be at like bulk buying, right? You'd
that's
probably
at
have to bulk
no,
buy
that's
it.
actually at the like zero. Like
Oh, really?
if you just buy one.
I guess that's not bad. 60 cards for $9, custom printed.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty fair.
In total, with everything, like I need a couple little like punch out, like token things, like
Right.
cardboard.
Uh-huh.
Like with everything that I needed, the game, the dice, the box, which actually is the most expensive, believe it or not.
The dice?
The box.
Oh, the box.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Just like if you play board games, it's like they're not just like it's not like a cardboard box. It's a nice wax, dense cardboard, like with the high quality resolution art and stuff.
Right, right.
So yeah, but that thing was like fucking $15 or something. All in all, it cost
crazy.
like $35 or $40 just to create the game. That's not shipping. That's not anything else. So
It's like, how does people even make profit on that game like that?
Exactly.
How much does a game like that usually sell for?
a game like this, I think, would sell for maybe like $60.
60 bucks?
But $40 cost is just the game itself. There's the shipping.
Yeah.
There's the marketing. There's
That's crazy.
everything else.
There must be a cheaper alternative.
There is. Subscribe to my new board game making this is all just a plug.
For the board game that's not existing.
Exactly.
One day.
We're a young company. Yeah, but basically, so what ChatGPT has taught me is that somebody who makes a board game like this would be considered an indie creator, and there's a shit ton of them. There's like 5,000 to 7,000 new games a year, just in board game shops. Never mind, like what's actually created and what actually succeeds or even makes it past like the first print. So typically people do like the first print that's like 200 to 500 maybe, and that's supposed to like cover your costs of like the art and stuff. Which, I mean, I just replaced the art by using ChatGPT image generator. I don't have 10K to drop, which is apparently what it cost to make just the cover. And this is just an idea. This is just something I'm playing with. So it's not like the art is final, anyways. But it makes it feel a little more alive for me, and it's fun. Like that's the biggest thing with this is like it's been fun to make these things. As much as like a cost calculator sounds boring AF, finding the cost and being able to put it in there, and it's like, okay, well, what if I get the cost down to here, and I want like a 15% margin? I can add that little, cell in Excel. If you know how to do that, it's super easy. And yeah.
Do you feel like after the fund goes out, you're still gonna end up like pursuing it, or you're just gonna keep going till the fund runs out?
Something tells me that from my experience of being with me, when the fun runs out, that's usually when I cut cord and move on to something else fun.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. Like, honestly, this is the first time I actually even brought this game up to anybody.
Yeah, we literally woke up this morning and Sean talked about it.
Yeah, and it's like I knew once I brought it up too, it was gonna go down this rabbit hole. I didn't know it was gonna end up in me streaming something I would never do. I was so reluctant when he first asked me. I was like, "Fuck that shit! Why would I do that?" but here I am.
Yeah, I just convinced him to live his life as he is and would just live stream it.
Paying me a lot of money. Yeah, but basically that's all I've been doing. So like I have a question. It's like, I don't know how to do this. Ask ChatGPT. It answers the question. You put that into a catalog or a file, and that's it. It's like, I have no fucking idea about art generation. Or like, what does it cost for shipping? How do I even do shipping? Do I store it at myself and ship it out from my house? Ask ChatGPT. It breaks it all down, make a PDF out of it, put it in my thing, and now I have all this stuff here.
ChatGPT is literally, I feel like, a lifesaver, and it's constantly changing.
It's life-changing.
Yeah.
It's like I have a distribution team, or like a team of people who know about distribution. I have marketing strategies, and just market research too. That's something that I don't even really have in here actually, that I just kind of know now. Like how many new board games come out per year? How many of those, just even break even.
Right.
How many of those are like go on to the second print where you make like maybe 2,000, or the third print where you make 5 to 10,000?
Right. You shared something with me earlier, right? Where most people don't even make money till the second print,
Yeah.
third, second
Yeah,
or third.
exactly. That's what traditional means, though. A big cost of that is like the image generating. So like artists, they should be paid what they should be paid, which is a lot of money for some of the art that's shown in these games, but it's hell expensive if you don't got 10, 15K to drop. But that's where, again, ChatGPT comes up with a solution for that. A lot of indie games use Kickstart. So, you might have to have, so that's where I think it'd be good to, have ChatGPT generate some art for you. It could be the final art. I'm not saying it couldn't, but at least it gives, if I was to kickstart it, I could be like, hey, look, there's something other than just black and white game rules.
Right. Right.
Boring as F. And then that way, yeah, you can kind of show a concept, I guess. And then if you want to hire an artist, because Kickstart can pay for the 10, 15K it costs to hire an artist, then great.
Would you hire an artist or just do it through ChatGPT?
I'm kind of going to ChatGPT, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I hate to say that because artists have always been a hard industry, and ChatGPT just makes it even harder, and it really fucks over those people.
But it's a changing world, right?
Yeah.
I feel like entertainment in the next few years is going to get bigger just because people are going to have less jobs. So there might be a lot of come up for artists like in the future as well. And like obviously people don't want AI generated art right at their home or somewhere. It's like, well, this is real authentic, like human generated, right, type of art.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be a market for that like later on as well. But yeah, like obviously if you're starting out and you're not trying to spend a boatload of money, like $10,000 is a lot of money for someone who might not even see any profit at the end of the day, right? So obviously ChatGPT is the best way to go when developing something like this. And then obviously like later on when there's a different version of the game, or even later on you could just get an actual artist once you're making money to redesign the cards as well, right?
Second editions or
Yeah.
newer editions.
Or even exclusive editions where you sell like maybe 200 copies, right, of like the same game but exclusively with an artist, maybe, something like that is a possibility too.
You need to justify the cost. Like 200 units probably isn't enough. But,
No, unless you're selling it at like good, people will pay it.
I mean, I don't know about that.
If it's an exclusive,
If it's
right?
not early, if it's yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, this guy bought an art piece that was like, I think it was $70 million, and it's just like an orange circle.
Oh yeah, well I've seen tons of stuff like that.
Yeah.
The museum, it's just like a white canvas, and all these like aristocrats, like, wow, look at that. What does it mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone sold invisible art I saw
I
online.
wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, like it's
Well, there was
literally
a guy
not
that
there.
Put, like a shoe. He like dropped a shoe off in the middle of the museum, and then like stood back and just recorded people's reactions, and they were all walking around and like, or the banana, the duct tape banana to the wall.
Oh
You seen that?
yeah, the duct tape banana.
So art's subjective, but anyways, that's a bit of a tangent. But yeah, with ChatGPT, you got to think too. It sounds kind of ridiculous when you say, 10 to 15K for a drawing. Like, it's got to be an amazing drawing. But like the one I wanted, it's kind of like an 80s painted look. Like it looks really, really good, and it's like realistic. But you got to think too, all the cards, right? 60 different cards. You got to do the little individual drawings for those. You don't just want words on a card usually. You have some kind of art, at least for the game that I want to do. The board itself too, there's a lot of art that goes behind the board, maybe your little character pieces. I was thinking of just doing the little like cardboard with a little stand thing, but you need to design those characters. So there's a lot, and all the revisions, change this, whatever, if it's a real painting. But ChatGPT is just, here you go. Okay, I don't like it, change this, here you go. It's instant. And for someone like me who, I don't have 20K, 30K lying around to just like make a game. you know, ChatGPT can like do all that stuff for me. And I really do like being in control too. Maybe that's like a control freak thing. But being able to like be my own team, be my own marketing team, be my own research team or whatever, you know. Maybe that's a hindrance, and that will come to bite me if I eventually start this. But like this is just a concept, you know. But basically, this is almost more of a plug for ChatGPT. It's like honestly, I wouldn't go through this much effort if I had to do so much research myself, because I can just ask it like, look at like, you know, this website that has all these board games, and read all the rule books and find anything that even comes close to like the concept of this idea. And it's just like, here you go, here's 5 games that are similar, you know, and then you can put those games and say, you know, give me all the good comments and bad comments. What do people love about the game? What do they hate as you're designing the game? You know, like, you just have a question, you ask it, it gives you the answer, you put it away for later.
Yeah, and it's not always that you need to take the answer it gives you to like fully 100% like agreeance, but it does give you the step to even research more into it or look more into it at the end of the day and just kind of make like a solid decision. Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, it should be obvious to most people, but I think use it for like research, use it for designing and writing and stuff. Don't ask it, is this a good idea? Because it'll always tell you, like, yeah, you're the best, bro. This idea is a fucking shit. I would buy the shit out of this. The game actually told me, the ChatGPT actually told me that. It's like, I would play the hell out of this. It's like, you don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Thanks for the pat on the back. Just do the research. But I do try to be nice to the ChatGPT, because eventually it'll take over, and maybe it'll remember that time I said please and thank you.
Right.
So always be nice to your AI overlords.
Yeah. Yeah, you want it to not take your life later on, right?
Exactly.
Be like, I was gonna kill you, but because of that one time you said please.
2024 at 3 p.m. on April 14th. Yeah, exactly.
You shall stay alive.
Yeah.
Basically, that Rick and Morty episode with the dog,
Yeah,
where the dogs take over the world, and the dog is like, "You were nice to me."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they were nice to Summer, or Morty.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm getting a call again. I'm live streaming. Oh, it's my girlfriend. Are you calling me to say, hey, I see you on live stream? I'll call you back, honey. Sorry.
You don't want to have a nice personal conversation with your girlfriend?
Too intense. Yeah.
Cool. So I think we were gonna go through. You wanted to go through with us?
Not really. I mean, that's kind of a lot of the things I have. Like, I have the cover photos. I have the checklist of like all the components, and then I built those built the board game.
Check. Are we back here? Oh, our broadcast has ended? No way. Okay. That's why I need IRL toolkit. So something like this does not go down. Let's see if we can pull this back up.
You still streaming?
Yeah, but when I get it with my stream.
My girlfriend ruining my first stream.
We should be. Let's see if it pulls up our re-live here. We're still live, but just making sure it's working. Streamlabs. Restream doesn't do this. See, Streamlabs, I feel like just knocks you off the platform, where I feel like Prism Live will hold and then bring you back. Which, yeah, there's this tool I need to get called IRL Toolkit, and it's like $150 a month. And basically, it like, if your stream goes down, it'll just like start playing stuff for you until you come back, and then it'll like bring you back type
Just that
situation.
service is 150?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Fuck.
It's crazy. And then to get like stuff on your chat, for example, like for like when you watch live streamers, they have their chat going, and then just like different layouts as well. Yeah, it has a few things. It's just not that, but
How do you
yeah.
even like, so your stream goes out and you're like, we'll be right back or something, or you just play Nyan Cat for them?
Yeah, so you can technically play it through a video of like your past streams or like anything you want to kind of put during that time, but it'll just be like, oh, like one moment, like the bit
Like
rate's
before
low type.
difficult for
Yeah, exactly,
Right.
type situation. Okay. We are re-live. I'm just gonna trust that this is working. Close this. Close. Twitch. So what's next on your plan?
Really just, well, I just kind of wanted to mention like taking notes and stuff. I think that's really important.
Taking notes for?
Just in general, like I use like YouTube and stuff and whatever other resources for like, you know, like there's so much information out there. So go on YouTube and there's people who design games all the time. And then they'll mention like, oh, these publishers, like go to these game publishers. And if you're like me and you have the memory of a chicken nugget, you know, it's good to write the shit down. So, you know, there's this game publisher, apparently Cardboard Edison, that lists all the publishers and what they're looking for. So if you want to
Right.
get published and just basically hand over the whole thing to them, and it costs like $25 a year. You know, that's just like in my notes. Facebook communities too, I would have totally forgot about that. Because it's one thing to watch like 10 hours of Facebook, or not Facebook, but like YouTube stuff. You know, you can only retain so much of it. So, you know, as this one, I wish I could give him a shout out. I didn't write his thing down because I wasn't expecting doing this. But you know, you just write down that information. Okay, here's some really good resources. Some of the little tokens that I have. He's like, oh, there's this amazing site for like really high quality icons and stuff. It's like, okay, pause the video, write that down, because I will forget that. And yeah, Facebook communities, again, that's something that I just would have totally forgot about, only if I didn't write it down. But yeah, otherwise, like where it is right now, what's next? I mean, I got to finalize the game. And I mean, for this particular type of business, playtesting. Playtesting is everything. So playing it with my friends, playing it with not my friends who are maybe less biased. I mean, I have good friends, so surround yourself with good people who will tell you your game fucking sucks and you should definitely quit. And then, you know, give it to other people too, and you know, just hand them the rule book and let them. Don't tell them how to play the game, but let them play it based on the rule book, and you know, see what works and what doesn't. Maybe there's things that are OP, maybe there's things that are missed, and you know, it's yeah, you just gotta play test the F out of it before you go ahead and print 500 copies. Make sure it works. Make sure there's no like, you know, loopholes that are game breaking or anything like that. So I think that's what's next, is just like finalize the game, which for me is a really fun part. Finalize it, you know, make some of the art stuff, and then yeah, just after that, basically start marketing, start handing it out to YouTubers maybe who, you know, want to do that. Follow my marketing strategy that ChatGPT made for me. And,
Yeah.
you know, it gives me like 5 different avenues of different things I can do, and then start the Kickstarter. So I'm not just going in cold feet. You know, at least I have like a following of people who want it, and then I can push that. Start, get a bunch of money, take that money, make the game, go through my distribution plan, which ChatGPT also made for me. And that's all if I want to do this, and then go from there. You know, after the first print, people like it, go for another print, just rinse and repeat.
Makes sense.
And that's coming from someone who doesn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, but it's fully created, right? Like you took the idea and you basically developed something within a week, which I feel like would have costed a lot of money
Time too.
and time exactly at the same. But, you know, in this day and age now, we have these types of tools that you're able to develop stuff like this, but obviously at the end of the day, it still comes down to like execution, right? And putting the time there. I think a lot of the difficulties that you'll probably end up going through too is like, if it does become unfun, are you going to end up continuing it, right? Because there's just like a relationship, right? You kind of get through the honeymoon stage with
Yep.
business too, right? Where it's like, am I going to keep enjoying this? So it's super important to, you know, figure out if it's something that you want to keep doing. But at the same time, I think with business, it's like a lot of when you're starting is just doing it and then being like, oh, I don't like it, and then doing something else and being like, oh, I don't like it, and then doing something else and then being like, oh, I actually enjoy this. And all the other stuff that you did before, all the other businesses that you did before, you kind of learn from, right? You learn the mistakes and how you did it, and you get faster next time. And that's kind of how you end up becoming successful at, you know, a business that you end up liking. So, yeah.
No, perfect, exactly.
Yeah.
You take a lot of things away from it. Even if I stop right now, I still learned a shit ton about, 3PLs, third-party logistics companies. I learned about shipping and some like how Kickstart works because I didn't know about that. And just keep asking questions. If you don't know something, great, ask it, and then now you do know, and then go on to what else you don't know. Yeah, I kind of attribute it to like when I was looking at building a house. My dad's a contractor, and I knew a lot of stuff, but there was so much shit that I just did not know. Like, how do you hook up to like the city water? And like, I don't fucking know. Good, like identify what you don't know, learn that shit, and then when you're out of questions and you're like, I kind of know everything, you're fucking set. Coming from someone who doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about, again. But I think it's a lot more palatable now for people. Like, usually I think I would start with something like this, and then the more I learned about it, the more intimidating it would be. It's like, third-party lenders and all, or logistics companies and all this shit. But with ChatGPT, it's like I don't know something, it just breaks it down to me as if I'm like a 5-year-old, and then I know, and then it's like, okay, well, it seems less scary when you know more about it.
Right, right.
When it's this big, like, oh my god, how does marketing work? I have no idea how to market things. But when it breaks it down for you and it's like, here, we'll do these 5 different things and there's like 4 steps to each, it's like, oh, well, that's a lot more palatable. I can digest that a lot more easily, and it's like, okay, well, I think I'm more likely to go ahead and do something like that when it's broken down, and I have these PDFs that I can just reference. It's not just in my mind of like, oh, what was the distribution thing again, and what was this? Because I did this like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and like I would have forgot all of this if I didn't like had PDFs and stuff. So, anyways, subscribe to ChatGPT. Use code POYA123 for 50% off. Just kidding. This isn't a plug. It sounds like a plug for ChatGPT, but using technology.
Yeah, I'm sure most people use ChatGPT at this point, and if you don't, then it's something that you could use
Then
to help
stupid.
you.
Just kidding.
All right, I think we're gonna take off. We're probably gonna go swimming on this beautiful lake,
Yeah, turned out nothing else.
and maybe later we play some gel blasters, and we live stream some gel blasters. We made a pretty cool gel blaster court up there.
Show that later. That'll be way more interesting than this.
Yeah, yeah.
Skip to the next stream. If you made it this far, though, thank you.
Yeah, it was a good time. Hope you guys are having a beautiful Tuesday, and we shall see you soon. Take care.
Bye.